Hi guys, welcome back to Fairies Tutorials. In today's episode, we'll be looking at food, nutrition, and health, and we're exploring the topic planning the design and the layout of a kitchen. Stay tuned. Food, nutrition, and health. Now we're looking at section 5 of the syllabus, which is entitled Kitchen Design and Equipment Management. And we're kicking off with content 1, which is entitled Planning the Layout and Design of a Kitchen. Now let's take a look at the focus points. Now in today's session, we'll be looking at the factors to consider when planning the layout and design of a kitchen. And they are space, work triangle, storage units, work centers, lighting and ventilation, walls, and also floors. And then we'll look at the advantages and limitations of different kitchen layouts. And the different types of layouts we'll explore as well. Now, let's kick things off with the factors to consider when planning the layout and design of a kitchen. Now, apart from the shape of the kitchen, there are certain other factors to be considered when planning a kitchen design and layout. When you are planning your kitchen design and layout, guys, what are some of the things do you consider, right? Have you ever remodeled a kitchen before? Or having seen the experience of a kitchen being remodeled and the things that they think of? Or if not, what do you think are some of the factors that we should consider? All right, let us look at what if you are thinking match up with what we have. All right, so the first factor that we're looking at is size. Now, the size of the kitchen is dependent upon several factors, among which the important ones are the available space in the house plan, the number of persons living in the household, and also the size of the furniture. Very important for us to consider size when we're remodeling or when we're designing the kitchen. All right. Now, the next factor to consider is lighting and ventilation. Windows provide the kitchen with natural lighting and ventilation. Therefore, enough areas should be provided for windows to the extent as possible. Now, good ventilation will help in odor control and improvement of air quality in the kitchen, and also to release the heat or steam, right, that may be accumulated from what the main activity in a kitchen, which is cooking, right? All right, now let's look at another factor, which is floor or flooring. Now, floor should be made of such material and finishes which are easy to clean and also to maintain. Now, the floor surface should be smooth and maintainable with minimum effort to clean. But very important, however, it must not be too smooth, otherwise what can happen? It can be slippery, right? No adequate friction is needed to provide for safety. All right, now let's look at the walls. Now, like the floors, the walls should be easy to clean and to maintain. For walls, often are glazed tiles or washable materials of a permanent nature, as well as wallpaper can be used. Now, as it relates to storage units, proper storage in the kitchen is very important because the placement of equipment and utensils can either improve or reduce efficiency of various functions, right? Now, shelves within the cupboard should be properly designed, and also there can be movable units in cupboards so that the person working can utilize the space as needed. Next, drawers should have movable dividers. Proper storage should be provided near respective centers for the relevant items. Now guys, another thing to consider is work counters. Now materials to be used on work counters should be resistant to acid stains, withstand heat, and at the same time are easy to clean and maintain, right? Now let us look at the different work centers or workstations that are found within the kitchen. So there's a storage center, and this has the refrigerator and pantry where foodstuff are kept. There is also the preparation and mixing center where food is chopped and other preparation activities take place. There is also the cooking and serving center. Here, food is cooked. This includes serving centers as well. And the final is the cleanup center where dishwashing is done, right? So we have different work centers in the kitchen. There's a storage center, preparation and mixing, cooking and serving, and also the cleanup. Now guys, let us take our focus now to look at the work triangle. What is the work triangle? Now let's backtrack a bit to look at a little history of the work triangle, right? Now this was developed in the 1950s and is used to evaluate the efficiency of a kitchen plan. It is an imaginary triangle that connects the three work centers, right? So it's an imaginary triangle that connects what? Three work centers within the kitchen. Now, the work centers should be equally spaced, that the sum of the three sides does not exceed 22 feet, right? Now, the concept is an important tool in kitchen planning. Very important thing to consider as well, guys. The work triangle is one factor to consider when we're planning the design and layout of a kitchen or we're remodeling a kitchen, right? Because it aids in efficiency in the kitchen, right? It helps us to, just as we do time plans when we're doing a practical, working in a kitchen that has the imaginary work triangle that connects the three work centers helps efficiency, so it prevents us from wasting time, right? Now, the concept is an important tool in the kitchen to keep the distance traveled while working in the kitchen to a reasonable distance. Now, let's take a look at what the imaginary work triangle in a kitchen would look like, right? Now, what you're seeing here is that it connects three work stations, right? Now, the work triangle among these three centers should not be less or more than 22 feet. Good? All right. Now, that is it for the work triangle. So we have the food preparation and storage center, the cooking and serving center, and also the cleanup center. Now, let us look at types of kitchen layout. And the first one that we're looking at is the one wall. And as the name suggests, it is literally just one wall, as you can see in your images there on the right. Now, this is found in small houses in which there is little space for a kitchen. The components placed in row fashion, so there is one wall from one end to the other, or for food preparation. All right, now let's look at the advantages and limitations, or we may say the advantages and the disadvantages of the one wall layout, right? Now let's kick things off with the advantages first. Now, all appliances, ingredients, and food preparation area tends to be within easy to reach, right? Next, this layout is perfect for small families, for those who live in limited space, and also this kitchen works best with sink in center and allow counter space on either side, right? Let us highlight the limitations. So one, this is the least effective plan as the cook has to walk from one end to the other offside of the kitchen many times while cooking. Also, due to its smaller size and single length, it offers a very limited counter space and difficult for multiple cooks to work together at the same time, right? And finally, a lack of storage space as compared to other kitchen arrangements, right? Because remember, it's just one wall, right? From one side to the other. Now, let us look at the corridor kitchen, or we may say the two-wall kitchen. Now, it resembles the one-wall kitchen, the only difference being that on both sides of the wall facing each other, right? So this is the two-wall or the corridor kitchen. Storage and preparation center is on one side and cooking center is on the opposite side, right? Now the advantages of the corridor or the two-wall kitchen are: the corridor kitchen setup is easy to access. This kitchen design has the potential to transform and utilize the passageway into a highly functional space. There are two parallel counters. The cook is more able to move easily from one work center to the other. The length of kitchen work triangle can be easily maintained as they are not spread out, right? And remember that length to not exceed what? 22 feet, all right? Now let's look at the limitations. The negative aspect of corridor kitchen are that they can be tight and not well lit because it narrows. The counter spaces are limited. More cooks working together, traffic may cause congestion in the kitchen. Let's look at the L-shaped kitchen. This can be regarded as a good type. It leaves two walls empty for windows and doors, and the free corner can be utilized for keeping built-in storage or dining area. 3 work centers right to left are placed on adjacent walls. Now, the advantages: it is flexible in a variety of arrangements. It is a perfect shape to accommodate a kitchen table, and also it easily incorporates a movable workbench for extra bench space. Now, limitations of the L-shaped kitchen. 1. Kitchen triangle workflow is longer and more challenging. 2. It may be difficult if it's a larger kitchen. And 3, it can be tricky with more than one person working at a time. All right, now let us look at the U-shaped kitchen, and this is the final shape or the final layout, right? Now, it is the best of the kitchen plans and most popular, right? As the name suggests, U-shaped kitchen, the arrangement, the work centers are set up in a U shape, as you can see on your screen there in the image. 3 work centers on 3 adjacent walls provide a great deal of continuous workspace for work. Continuous flow of activity from one center to another, right? Now let us look at its advantages. It is efficient for a small or a medium kitchen space. It can easily divide the kitchen into multiple work sites. Lots of counter space there, and also wide U can support a kitchen island. Now let us look at the limitations. Not efficient for large kitchens without an island. And also, bottom corner cabinets are difficult to access, right? Now, those are the limitations of the U-shaped kitchen. Now, questions. Define the term work triangle. Now, the kitchen work triangle is a concept used to determine efficient kitchen layout that are both aesthetically pleasing and functional. This imaginary triangle connects the 3 work centers. 2. Name one type of kitchen layout that does not form the work triangle. And this one is the one wall. And 3, your family wants to remodel its kitchen, and you have been asked to plan the layout and design for the project. Explain 3 factors that should be considered in planning the layout and design of your family's kitchen. Now I have listed here floor, lighting and ventilation, space and size, walls, and also the work triangle. But be sure to note that the question says that you're supposed to explain. So you would have to expound on these and state why is it that you should consider floor, or even give suggestions of the possible flooring materials that could have that are suitable for the kitchen. Our next question: Mrs. Eddie intends to prepare a meal consisting of stewed beef, rice, and dried peas and pineapple drink. Discuss 3 strategies that she may use to demonstrate how time and energy may be conserved while preparing this meal. 6 marks. And last question there, label the following kitchen layouts. Now let me give you some time to look at those layouts. Now there's a one wall, there's an L shape, there is a parallel, or we may say corridor or 2 wall, and also the U-shaped kitchen, right? And in most of the kitchen layout, you're seeing the work triangle, except for one. Which one is that? You're awesome. Yes, it is the one wall. You're awesome. You've made it to the end of the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with persons who you know will find this information useful. Thank you for making it Fairies Tutorials.